Hello, everybody. This is Miss Macaulay, your teacher. So today we're going to read this paragraph called "The Toad," and the standard that we're focusing on is RF for Reading Foundations 1.3C. And this standard is about reading words that have long vowel spellings. So I can read words with the long vowel sound. So can you say that? I can read words with the long vowel sound. Okay. Today we're going to focus on OA, and together the O and A makes the O sound. All right, so let's write our name at the top. Okay. Okay, and before we start reading this paragraph, we're going to color in the OA long O sound. So, like right here in Toad with the yellow crayon, and then OA here in Toad, and OA here in Boat. So toad has a O sound, and boat has a O sound right there, the OA spelling. Excuse me. And float also has it right here, float. None of these words do. So it's toad, boat, float, and right here, nothing. And then right here, whoa, O right here. So whoa has a O sound, whoa. And OA, soaked, float. Now, if I'm going too fast, you can just pause the video anytime you need to pause it so you can catch up. Boat, croak, croak. Okay, and right here, toad, and toad, and toad. Oops. Okay, so there I am. Good. And you're going to need a crayon or a marker. So after you finish reading a paragraph, you can mark it off here, okay? Okay, so here I go. I'm going to start reading this paragraph, but I'm going to start with looking at the question first, okay? So we can think about the question when we're reading. At the beginning, where was the toad? Okay, what question are we focusing on? At the beginning, where was the toad? All right, so let's read it and find out, okay? Here I go. The toad. There once was a toad on a boat. He wanted to see if he could float. He said, 1, 2, 3, and then he jumped in. Whoa! The toad was soaked. He swam and swam, but he did not float. He kicked and went back to the boat. He sat on the edge and he went croak, croak. Okay, so I'm going to color in a circle because we read it once. Okay, so the question was, at the beginning, where was the toad? Tells you right here in the first sentence. There was once a toad on a boat. So I'm going to underline that, on a boat, and write number 1. So right here, I'm going to write on a boat. Okay? That's my answer to number 1. There was once a toad on a boat. Okay, if you did not finish writing this down, pause the video so you can write it down, okay? Okay, let's read it number 2 time. This time we're going to focus on this question. What did the toad want to know? What did the toad want to know? Okay, we're going to read it again. Here we go. The toad. There once was a toad on a boat. He wanted to see if he could float. He said 1, 2, 3, and then he jumped in. Whoa! The toad was soaked. Soaked means really wet. He swam and swam, but he did not float. Oh. He kicked and kicked and went back to the boat. He sat on the edge and he went croak, croak. All right, let's color in that second. Okay, so lovers, the question was, what did the toad want to know? Well, it says right here, if he could float. He wanted to see if he could float. So that's number 2. Make sure you underline it and write the number 1. Make sure you underline this part, write the number 2. And let's write right here. If, oops, that doesn't look like an I. If, space, if he could and the last part is float. If he could float. Okay, so if you didn't finish this, pause the video so you can finish. But we're moving on to the last question. What did the toad do at the end? Again, what did the toad do at the end? Okay, so let's read it one more time. Ready? Begin. The toad. There once was a toad on a boat. He wanted to see if he could float. He said 1, 2, 3, and then he jumped in. Whoa! The toad was soaked. He swam and swam, but he did not float. He kicked and kicked and went back to the boat. He sat on the edge and he went croak, croak. Okay, so what did he do at the end? He went croak, croak. Right here, he went croak, croak. He went croak, croak. So let's color in that third. Okay, so he went croak, croak. We can just say 1 croak instead of 2, okay? Because I don't think we'll have space for 2. So he Okay, then space. Went. Croak. Croak. Okay, so he went, croak, croak. Okay. All right, bunnies, I think we're done. I think I'm going to end it.